Definitely not. So how do sprains and strains tie into knee numbness?
Well, your knee is a complex joint, right? It's got all these muscles, tendons, and ligaments working together to make it move. When you sprain a ligament or strain a muscle, those tissues get stretched or torn. Exactly. And that stretching or tearing can cause pain and swelling, which can put pressure on the nerves in your knee. And guess what? That pressure can lead to that lovely numbness we're talking about.
Gotcha. So basically, anytime you mess with the delicate balance in your knee, numbness can be a side effect.
Pretty much. And speaking of messing with the balance, we've got another culprit, tendinitis.
Tendinitis. Isn't that when a tendon gets inflamed?
You got it. It's like your tendons are saying, hey, we're overworked here, give us a break. And that inflammation can lead to pain, stiffness, and you guessed it, numbness.
I'm sensing a theme here. Anything that messes with the normal workings of your knee can potentially trigger numbness.
You're catching on. Now, tendinitis can be caused by a bunch of different things. Overuse is a big one, especially for athletes or people with physically demanding jobs.
Right, so like runners or construction workers.
Exactly. But it can also be caused by things like poor posture, improper footwear, or even just getting older. As we age, our tendons naturally lose some of their elasticity, making them more prone to injury.
Oh, great. Something else to look forward to.
Don't worry, it's not all doom and gloom. There are things you can do to prevent tendinitis and keep those tendons happy. Stretching regularly, warming up before exercise, and using proper form are all key. And if you do start experiencing pain, rest and ice can help reduce inflammation.
So we've covered dislocated kneecaps, sprains, strains, and tendinitis. Are we missing any other common causes of knee numbness?
Well, we can't forget about bursitis.
Bursitis. Now that one sounds familiar, but I can't quite place it. Refresh my memory.
So you know how your knee has all those moving parts? Well, there are these little fluid-filled sacs called bursae that act as cushions between those parts.
Right, to reduce friction.
Exactly. But sometimes those bursae can get inflamed, and that's what we call bursitis. And you know the drill, inflammation can lead to pain, swelling, and, yep, numbness.
I'm starting to think knee numbness is like the universal language of knee problems.
It really is. Bursitis can be caused by a lot of the same things as tendinitis, like overuse and repetitive motions. But it can also be triggered by direct trauma to the knee, like a hard fall or a blow.
Makes sense. So we've covered a lot of ground here. We've talked about injuries like dislocated kneecaps, sprains, strains, tendinitis, and bursitis. Is there anything else we need to consider?
We've mostly focused on mechanical causes of knee numbness, but sometimes it can be a symptom of something more systemic, like an autoimmune disease.
Oh, wow. Like what?
Well, one example is lupus.
Lupus. That's a pretty serious condition, right?
It can be. Lupus is an autoimmune disease, which means the body's immune system mistakenly attacks its own tissues and organs.